Carlos Nelson with Cascade Media Group. And tonight we have a special guest in the massage therapy field. And they are really one of the best here in our local area. She's going to talk a little bit about her business and about herself. Who do we have here?
Hello, everyone. My name is Marleka Morris Hamilton. I am the CEO of Marchelon Professional Massage Therapy, located at 4811 Lamar Avenue, Suite 10, 11, 12. And let's start with number 1. I am in Mission, Kansas 66202, right off 35 and Lamar Highway, 10 minutes from downtown KC. Second location, as of September 2020, during the pandemic, opened Marchelon Phase 2, next door to the historic Epicurean Lounge at 1020 East 75th Way, Kansas City, Missouri, 64131. Our telephone number is 816-935-8744. And King Nelson, I want to thank you for allowing me to be on your platform.
All right. So, how did you get in the business? As I say, do the quick step, not the Mr. Nelson Long version of your rise, your education. Who were some of the people that helped form your who you are today?
Okay. So, also, if you don't mind, I'm just going to share that I am from the Kansas City area. I'm born and raised partially. Grew up in Columbia, Missouri from 11 years old up until 17. I graduated, came back to Kansas City my senior year and graduated from Central High. I attended Heritage College. I received an associate's degree in therapeutic massage, went to school for 14 months. After 5 years, you can teach. So it is my dream to one day own a school for Marchelon. And I've been doing it 18 years, September to be 19. And a person who referred me to you, providing me with your information, is Queen Kim Gibson. I would like to thank her. That is my teacher from Heritage College. My skills, I can say, came from the Queen herself. and of course, even, more experience over the years, just learning different skills. So.
She's an excellent entrepreneur, an excellent role model, and I consider her one of my friends.
Yes, thank you. That's awesome. But King Nelson, when I was 13, my stepfather, Mr. Babe Martin, who was a bass player for the Chump Change Band in Columbia, Missouri, he would ask me to, baby girl, can you come hit these shoulders up? I noticed when I worked on him, he was a very nice gentleman, but he was the first one who introduced me to massaging, and I actually enjoyed doing it. And he would turn his head side to side, so I knew it felt good. And he was a bigger gentleman, so he taught me the stamina and just, being able to grip any size body with no problem. And so at 17 in Columbia, Missouri, going to Hickman High, there was a career day. And I share this story often. When I walked in the gym, out of all the careers, I bypassed everyone and went to this lady who looked like it was a light shining over her. She was a massage therapist. And I went to her and I said, "Oh my gosh, you're a massage therapist," in which I had never met one in life. And she said, "Yes, ma'am. Would you like a massage?" And I said, "I would love one." And she set me in her chair. And I remember having a stressful day from school. And it's like everything just melted away. In my head, I said, I would love to make people feel this way. So that's when the light bulb went off that I'm supposed to be a massage therapist. I didn't even share that with her. I just kept it to myself. I was a teenage mom. So at 18, I had my baby. I did graduate from Central High, like I said, and I kind of put it on the back burner, raising my son. And then it was about I think my son was about 7 years old. He was 7 when a commercial came on for Heritage College for the massage therapy. At the time, I was an armed security officer, making the most money I had ever made, and it was a HUD government contract that was ending, and I remember just being low in life, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And it was in the middle of the night that commercial came on, and the light came back on, and so I said I was gonna call the next day, which I did, and they invited me out. I got accepted and started that Monday. So it's been up ever since.
All right. You know what? See, your story, and you gave us the short version because I know it's much more, uh, is inspiring to me just listening to the short version of what we are going through as people of color uh, in our day-to-day life. And it's almost some people you're pushed to get out of the workforce
Yeah.
because it's just not providing the economics, the stability, and you really don't have any control. One thing I like about being an entrepreneur is that I'm in control of most of the things in my life. The harder I work, the more money I make. And how do you feel about that as a small business owner?
I have to agree. You make your own schedule. So you work when you want to work. Me, I work 7 days a week, even though I honestly try to take off on Tuesdays because I was born on a Tuesday. And so I thought that'd be a good day, but I never really fully get that. But what I do is I try to go on vacation, take a break. And I can set that, because it's my own schedule. So I love being an entrepreneur. I was working for United Healthcare when I took my last check and started my business.
I love it.
I am a
That's who insures me, United Healthcare.
Oh, okay. Yeah, beautiful. So I worked for the pharmacy, Brio RX specialty pharmacy at the time. And I love my job, but then I started to not be as happy in it as I once was. I always kept a corporate job for the benefits. And, I'm a spiritual woman. And from the Holy Spirit, I received a message to start my business. I went on Craigslist, and at the top of the search engine was my Suite 10 at the Lamar location. When I seen it, I knew that it was it. I love to look at real estate and property, so I had went through the 300 other commercial properties, but when I seen the number up at the top, I knew that that was it. And so I called the next day, and the owner asked if I could come in, and we met at lunch. And the owner, he has Parkinson's, so he told me it was like 3 people ahead of me, and that him and his wife would discuss, who could get the suite. And so he said he would call me that evening. So I asked if I could give him a sample of what I did or what I do. And he said, sure. So I massaged his hand, and I wanted to do 2 things. One, to see if the tremors would stop, in which I knew it would, the power of touch. And so then 2, I was praying. And so that evening I got a call, and he said, hey, Marleka, just want to let you know, me and my wife decided to give it to you so you can start your business. And so I was just so ecstatic. And I met this man on Craigslist, which what I'm about to say next, typically you probably wouldn't do, but meeting him and him meeting me, he must have trusted me as well. But I trusted him. He said, you're welcome to come to the home and meet my wife and sign the lease and get the keys. And so I did that. I let someone know where I was going, of course, but and so everything was wonderful. And so less than 48 hours, I had signed the lease and got the keys to the suite that the Holy Spirit told me I was going to receive.
I wanted to interrupt you. I'm the
Okay.
cutoff king. Isn't it wonderful the power of prayer?
Yes, it is. It is. It truly is. Yeah, it changes things, and um, God has been in my business the entire time. Like I've had miraculous things happen to help me along the way. Even during the pandemic, God sent me a secret Santa to my business, and so I'm just truly thankful. And yeah, I'll
Before
slow
we
down.
get off the air, I want to ask you one or two personal questions. How old is your
Okay.
son now?
My son is 25. He'll be 26 September 15th.
All right. Tell me this. Do you feel that he took some lessons from you as it relates to being independent, possibly thinking about owning his own business or working for himself or any of that? Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. It has most definitely helped tremendously. He see the benefits of being an entrepreneur, and honestly, he drives like a forklift. But I felt he also has his own side business, but he truly just wants to work for himself. Like when my son was 12, even though at the time I didn't have my own business, but I think back then he knew that he didn't want to have to work for someone. But I started him a lawn care service, and I had everything lined up from the t-shirts, the cards, and all he had to do was just get out there and cut the grass. Well, he did it for a while, but then we noticed when we would go and check on him that he had hired his friends to help do the work, and he was standing back pointing, saying, "Hey, this need to, pick these weeds." Like, oh no, you're supposed to be doing this. It's your business. I most definitely believe when it's your business, you should be hands on. Even though you can fall back, but it's good
I
to
said I
be. I
had two,
love to see the. Go ahead.
I said I had two questions. That was one. The
Okay.
other is, what do you think, because you've worked in the corporate world and you started your own business and you raised a child at a young age, what do
Mhm.
you think about financial literacy as it relates to how important is that or some similarity of that in raising a responsible kid?
Mhm. Financial literacy is very important for you to teach your child about finances, and that really starts with the education, because that is the fundamental way to be able to move forward um, with economics. Just knowing how to save, knowing how to spend where you need to and not where you don't. So, but it's important.
So, in closing, what would you have to say to our audience?
Well, what's up, Kansas City? I would like to say that one, you should be getting a massage from someone. So if you need a massage therapist, I would ask that you reach out to me. It is very important. It's not just a luxury, it is a necessity. It's life changing, and it actually adds to your life expectancy. Prevents strokes, high blood pressure, as far as just elevating it.
Relaxing.
Not, yes, not elevating, but leveling it. Yes, to its normal standards. But yeah, so
Is a plum?
um,
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was going to say it's a plum pleasing pleasure having you on.
Thank you
And
so
I knew
much.
that you had another appointment.
Yes,
Mr. Nelson, everybody knows I'm long throated.
yes,
And
that's
I'm going
okay.
to let you go. Uh, and as we always close, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good night. This is brought to you by the Black Economic Union, located at 1601 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri.